All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I just finished up going through the next four issues of Absolute Batman. All right, and my God, not only do they have this guy out here aura farming for no particular reason at all whatsoever, other than to just create this ambiance for how much. It's still a minute. We're not even at a minute yet. I can't say it all the way, but just how much of a baddie this guy is. All right, this version of Batman. First things first, I do have to reiterate that in our last time talking about the first volume, I did forget to mention that they have already shown the Joker. They didn't show his face, I don't believe. I think it was just like his hand, and he's like bathing in baby blood and stuff. But okay. We just passed the minute mark. How much of a badass this Batman is? But uh, they showed him like bathing in baby blood, which I'm assuming, like, I've heard around from other, like, like Comics Explained and other sources and stuff, that people are speculating this is the Lazarus Pit. I'm not sure where everybody's getting that from. Maybe it's from the other issues of Absolute, like Superman or Flash or Wonder Woman or Martian Manhunter. I have yet to pick those up. Now that I'm finished with the first 10 issues and caught up on Batman, I'm probably going to tackle Superman next, just because I know that he has the most issues. But yeah, I'm not too sure where everybody's getting the Lazarus Pit. I suppose I'll find out soon enough. As far as, you know, everything else that happens in this issue, I think it's kind of crazy that they have Mr. Freeze done in such a unique way where it tackles this like subgenre of like body horror and like just absolute like freaking out everybody with the way that he looks. He looks like an actual monster. He doesn't even look like a human to me, to be honest with you. And the way that they like explain him and give him his origin, I think, is also incredibly unique for Mr. Freeze. I think it's kind of neat that it's not the father figure, so to speak. It's more so Victor Freeze Jr., if I'm remembering correctly and my memory serves me right. But I think it it does a pretty good job of kind of hinting at like the billionaires in the real world, how corrupt all of them are, and how if they could, they more than likely would do the same thing where they would, just sit behind this shard of ice and be frozen in time, hoping that all their problems would be solved when they come out, because they've got all the money in the world to live forever, so to speak. But I think that it does like an incredible job of like, bringing him out as one of the rogues gallery that's not, a friend of Bruce Wayne. We did get like a crazy panel showing Matches Malone being murdered too, by, I'm assuming, if I read it and interpreted it correctly, it was the bacteria from the ice that Mr. Freeze utilized. Well, excuse me. But I just want to say, like, it's tackling like such a subgenre of horror in Batman that I think hasn't really been touched on in a while, and I am here for it, dude. I am so here for it. Not to mention, they don't just leave Batman to be like, oh, he's just like this like super genius, like this super detective and stuff. Like, he's not that yet. Granted, he is pretty smart and pretty tactical, and uses his resources very well with like his cast and shooting out the batarangs and everything to break out of the tube. But I just feel like it does like a good highlighting of like, he is still susceptible to danger. He is still susceptible to being caught off guard and not knowing everything, and being taken down by Mr. Freeze, for God's sakes. But another thing like that I thought was really neat was like Mr. Freeze having like this insane like superhuman esque strength and agility. Like, he's not just like a guy that's needing to be frozen. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but He's not just this guy that like needs to be frozen or whatever to save his wife or something along those lines. Like he's, changed after being in that tube. And then it kind of fast forwards you towards Bane being introduced, and he's kind of introduced in a way that like, he's on the other side of the planet, being involved, like setting up a war to keep going. And obviously, let's be real, it's more than likely just for money and for funds, doing it for someone else who's higher than him, more than likely, like, I don't know, like Ra's al Ghul or somebody. But he like clearly answers to somebody who's behind the Arkham prison. And I think that it was like really neat that they showed that he's not, anybody to be messed with by any means at all. He's not just this hulking mass of destruction. He is a genius and like essentially like a super spy. And you think that he's already venomed up, like massive, just massive venomed up and shit. And well, in issue 10, you get that he wasn't. I did kind of like breeze over issue 9, like him being shown. It kind of like, gets him to Gotham City, and then, the what are they called? The crime alley guys, Batman's friends, the Penguin, the Riddler, Killer Croc, and even Alfred joins the fray, are all like trying to plan a way to, well, I guess it's not Killer Croc, because Killer Croc gets like abducted, and they're trying to plan a way to like go and find Killer Croc and, or I guess Waylon Croc, and, get him out of wherever he's been taken. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm yawning so much. But they're trying to find a way to like break him out of the prison that he's in, and they don't even know that he's in a prison, so to speak, just yet. They find out that he is locked into Arkham eventually, but not off rip. And when they finally, insert Batman in there and get him, under the prison, and he's going up and stuff, and he finds the secret laboratories that they are doing all of these experiments on, you get some pretty good nods. Essentially, we got our first look at Clayface. I'm pretty sure it's Clayface. He's like a big pile of mush that Batman's walking on, and he's like, oh, it hurts and stuff, and you get like a crazy look at him. Again, they're tackling this in such a way where it's like a subgenre of horror. Yeah, it's a Batman book, but it is horror all over it, dude. Some of the weirdest crap that you will see in comic books right now. And then he finally gets, to well, I guess I think I'm still in issue 9. Yeah. We're still in issue 9. He gets to run into Bane, and immediately, bro, you get to learn that Bane is like, again, not someone to be messed with. He's not just a genius. He's not just this hulking mass of destruction, but he puts the work on Batman. Breaks both of his arms, breaks his leg. Maybe they're not broken. Maybe they're like, just I don't know, like shut down. I don't know the word I'm trying to look for. But and then Batman like goes to say like, oh, like you're on the juice or some shit, like you're on the venom or whatever, he's referencing. And Bane's like, nah, I'm really not though. And then he fucking shows him just how big he can get. And probably he could get bigger, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure he didn't turn it all the way up. But then you get this panel of him fucking holding Batman by his head. And the crazy part is, in issue 10, first fucking shot, first page, you find out that this fucking version of Batman is 6'9" and 420 pounds. So how big is fucking Bane, bro? That's insane. He's got to be like 12, 14 feet tall, something like that, like fucking almost a ton. It's crazy as fuck. It is crazy as fuck. And you get this whole like little storyline of Batman being locked up for 3 months inside this prison in Arkham. And his mom and Jim Gordon like trying to like search for him and stuff. And Jim Gordon is essentially like hinting at like it's Martha's time to like lead the fray. Like Gordon has done his due diligence and done his way, and he got pushed out of the mayor office. But I think they're hinting that they're gonna try and make Martha Wayne the new mayor of Gotham City, which I think would be kind of ironic if down the line they make her go after the Batman and stuff. But you also get a few panels where Batman escapes like 3 or 4 times, takes out some of his teeth, makes like brass knuckles, makes explosives out of his stomach acid and all this shit. And it's really neat. But every time he gets he gets caught by Bane, and Bane just puts the fucking work on him. It's just like, bro, like get up, bro, quit being a bitch, get up, fight back, and he just can't. He can't. And so eventually it gets to a point where he like is giving up, and they give him his suit to see, you know, what he can do. But I do want to say, I'm not sure if they're hinting that they gave Bruce Wayne Venom or if it was just supposed to be like some other green liquid. But I think that they gave Bruce Wayne some Venom, which I want to know if like he's going to end up getting like superhuman strength or something, or superhuman agility, which I think would be a pretty neat take on Batman as well. Maybe he could actually keep up with some of the other members of the Justice League. Not that he can't already. Like he, you know, prep time is his best friend. Maybe in this universe he won't need as much prep time because he'll, you know, have some superpowers, so to speak. But he finally like breaks out and gets thrown into the cell with Killer Croc, and he realizes immediately who it is. And that's when we get the sickest fucking 2-page picture of Batman riding Killer Croc. After they talk about, like, he's like, I can't, like, leave you down here. Like, I gotta get you out. Like, we gotta get out. And they end up fleeing and going and escaping Arkham. Now, I just want to say, I think that this version of Killer Croc looks fucking crazy, bro. He's got like teeth all the way down to his chest, going down his neck and shit. And he looks like a big ass crocodile. He doesn't look like more humanoid than Croc. He looks more Croc than human. And I think that that's also a pretty unique take on it. But honestly, like, just with everything that they're doing with this universe so far, at least from Batman, I am loving it, dude. It is so good. I hope that they bring some of this into the DCU. Maybe like not even just like for the main continuity, but like maybe if they have like, because they've already, you know, touched up on like the multiverse and stuff. Maybe we'll get to see a live action version of Absolute Batman. I think that that'd be pretty neat. But no, overall they're heading in a really good direction. I can't wait for the next issue. I honestly can't wait for this story to be over. And not because like I want it to be to the next one or anything. It's just that good. Like I want to know what happens, and I want to know what happens in the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I guess that's like the bad part of reading them as they come out is, you know, you kind of have to wait a long time for this kind of stuff, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. You guys go check out these comics, dude. Please go support your local comic stores so they can keep on running. And let me know what y'all think, dude. Like, drop a like on the video. Hit me with some comments. Let me know what y'all are thinking about it and everything. And yeah, come back over here and let me know. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.